Alright, sorry about that, everyone. Again, I wish I had could find the split screen software that this came with to be able to tell when that happens. I'm in the mod chat if you want to join Brave. There it is. Wow, thank you. I can just grab this without having to worry about it. Better. Alright, no problem. Well, we gotta go through.
Good job.
わかったわ。
やるな。
うん、わかった。
Oh no. Went through here and came out there. Okay, just mapped a new area. Got the waypoint to a new area.
くよ。わかった。
グッジョブ。
チャンスです。任せてください。おりなさい。今です。やった
これで決める。やるな。
わかったわ。甘い。一緒に行くわよ。
行くぞ。グッジョブ。行くぞ。
チャンスです。
行くぞ。これで決める。
回復します。
More HP, a little more vitality. one more agility that I gained with that. Yeah. I have a bunch of stuff that raises my HP, agility, and defense a little bit, but I'm more into like dex attack and speed, being an attacker than I am to be a tank. Fifteen defense. Somewhat.
Good job.
わかったここです
Gonna be grabbing all these chests unless there's another red chest I need to get. A couple of us got a level. Here. Check that. Doesn't raise anything for me.
やるな。最高だ。
どうかした
Sorry, you didn't mean to confuse you.
やるな。行くぞ。
Alright, let's see what these guys are. I might be able to do them.
Good job.
わかったわ
いいぞ。
わかった
31. I'll be able to do it. I'm just gonna need to throw those out. said, I'm not more up.
行くぞ。これで決める。やるな。
Dagger. Can't get anything yet.
Good job.
わかったわ。
Could actually help her before. What I've been forgetting to do is set everyone's EXs, which influence their build. Like, that's a tank, she's an attacker, but her abilities include like everyone's defenses, including her own, and her support cover off of everyone. Especially with the buffers and healers, I need to make sure I'm setting that stuff too, because I do use them. In fact, I have some non-story healers just because you're only given one outside of Premier here, who if you use once she's made available, you can't let her die. No, this is Premiere. And it says nothing. Turn for a second here. I see you in there, sorry. Let me figure something out. For some reason I can't hear you, Brave. Need to figure out what's going on here. What's... Alright, say something now. Very weird. Here. I don't know why Discord's being weird with this. I didn't even realize you entered. Damn, I'm sorry. I'm gonna leave, come back in, and see if that might fix it. Didn't seem to do much, so let's go to volume adjustment here. Wrong setting. Oh, Discord's all the way up. For some reason, it must have just muted Discord for some reason. I'm gonna completely close and restart Discord, and hopefully that'll fix it. Come on, Discord, you have enough of a connection. Alright, try now. Huh.
Alright.
There we go.
Now it went through.
Yeah, I've just been like casually streaming this, so there's been like a stream every day.
あらね
Gotcha.
We're in the second area right now.
Alright.
Like I was saying, like, if you're familiar with the anime, Silica is your only healer outside of these NPCs that you have to get to rank 3 there, which is friendly, before you can party with them. So, and we just got Premiere recently who bought, like, if she's like a main story NPC that's brand new, so if you take her in your party and she dies, it's game over. So I have, like, everyone past Premiere, these are all NPCs. Like, I have Moon, who's a healer. She's not quite to level 3 yet, but, I got Melody that I can use. I also use Cord a lot, who's an attacker, though. But, like, Yaka is pretty close. Well, no, she's not that close, but Yuno is very close, yeah. So I try to get a couple healers in there outside of her. It's funny, because, Cord and Melody are in the cutscene in the battle with the very first boss, and Melody is like, well, I've never worked with you before, so I don't know how it is, and I'm just like, I've literally partied with you a couple times. When we first ran into the final area of the first zone, you were with my party.
I see.
Fortunately, all of these are personal fetch quests, essentially. Gathering items and handing them to them, and they never stop. They'll send you another one, even if you say sorry, they'll like send you another one in another like 10 minutes.
I see.
ねえね
This is your cousin slash sister. That's what her sprite looks like. This is
えやっほ
the NPC. Give her the name Premiere. She's like special because she's basically everything of hers is set to null. Because when you import Yui from the main series, who was an NPC, they adopted as their daughter, and then they have another one that came later on. Yeah, this is after all of the games, because there's a second NPC that was given a like unused player sprite named Straya, and then a girl named Philia, who were from Hollow Fragmentation.
Ah.
And Yui tells you that like yeah, all of her settings were set to null. Yeah, there is Asuna.
ねえね
Had 2 encounters with the main like NPC player antagonist, but he's like the 3rd area boss, which is where I had stopped before.
Well, in other news, during that whole thing, where we couldn't really communicate with each other, I finally had Persona 4.
Finally, what?
I went ahead and purchased Persona 4.
Ah, nice. Yeah, I got that
Yep.
sitting on my Steam Deck too.
I've I figured I'd give the game a try before I dive into Persona 5 what I'm interested in.
Yeah. Persona 5 is a bit more laid back in the sense that you, like, don't have to play through multiple run-throughs to date the different girls.
Yeah.
2 was like that. No, 3 was like that, and 5 went back to that.
Yeah. But if I was able to get through a couple of the Trails of Cold Steel games, I shouldn't mind Persona that much.
It's turn-based. It is difficult and it takes a bit to learn, but yeah, it's turn-based, so it's a little easier. Naka's done on 4, so that was where I first learned about Naka.
I see.
Another PC port glitch. I've seen several. I've had them not turn to talk to you. If you go to talk to them when they sit down there, that screws up. In a whole cutscene where it was like this, it wasn't in the cutouts. Asuna's body from her like midsection down to her waist was gone in the whole cutscene, in every cutscene in that event.
Oh wow!
And it's like I've never seen this shit in the console because I got the console version with everything for like $30 because it was 75% off. The only things I don't have are the movie costumes, which are actually like really good fucking armor, which sucks. I think I have to hit the first part of the DLC for them to unlock it. Thought I saw someone say.
Yo. Nah.
I see.
And then there's supposedly DLC items for forging, because like you can enhance your weapons and armor. Like I'll show you. Like I have +4 to my sword and +1 to the armor, and then this sword has evolution, means it can transform later, which is another blacksmithing thing. And like, yeah, the best weapons, they're weapons from like the really high enemies that have NM in front of their names. The legendary ones are from like the last 2 areas, and you have to transform them with materials, and part of the like DLC was materials that are required for those.
I see.
That's why I head back to town before continuing to deal with some stuff.
いらっしゃい。またのご来。
Ah. Thankfully,
go ahead.
thankfully, I know that Persona 5 is supposed to get a PC release eventually. But,
It already
yeah.
is, I think. I know Strikers is on PC.
Yeah, it is. Although I don't really have any idea what the difference is, unfortunately.
Strikers is a Muso game, essentially.
Ah.
What you're probably thinking of is, like with P4 and P4 Golden, there's a P5 and a P5 Royal. Which, it's more content, and there's a couple more characters.
Oh yeah, Persona 5 Royal is supposed to come to PC eventually, from what I heard.
Yeah. It went for a while without any antidote crystals, but now, like, the item shop has all of the resistance potions and
いらっしゃい。
all of the crystals, so, like... I went back to the armor shop, what the hell was I doing? This is my actual armor, like, this person here will let you do a cosmetic look for a couple thousand gold. So that's what I have. If I could wear the, movie armor, that's what I would be wearing. Because the movie outfits look nice. Well, that's not her. I don't remember what she sold, though. Accessories. DPS would be good, but... yeah, I'll drop 1200 and 11 SP, sure.
またね。
A lot of my gear raises HP. Like, the armor raises it 1600, this raises it another 1300, this raises it another 1300. That would be for a shield if I were to use it, but once I finish one-handed sword, eventually I'll unlock dual swording, so... which is what Kirito does, but I just kind of liked it in this, so I'm going to go back to doing that once it opens up.
Alright.
Yeah, anything purple is stuff you find out Like, I just went and I farmed this sword again because this is from a chest. Like, all this stuff you can farm over and over. Because they're from chests that drop the same thing, but they'll drop it with different stats and different star qualities. I just got a 4-star one. This is only 5-star because I've already enhanced it 4 times to +4. And this is the armor from the first boss. Which is a tier up above because it's blue and not purple. Doesn't look that nice though if I were to take off the visualization here and show you. That's what it looks like.
I see.
Yeah. The brown chests, they're not locked, but they never refill. Red chests always have like higher level enemies on them, but they have the things like these, the different sword. There's always like 2 of every weapon in every area. Well, there was 3. This is the 3rd one from the first area. The first one was from an event though, like a 2-part quest, and like you take out the bigger enemy that shows up after the first part of it, and you get a sword. But this was the strongest sword from the first area. I do have the first sword from the second, but it wasn't as good. Surprisingly, no armor I've picked up has been better than just the standard stuff I could buy. What did I buy from her? I think... Or set, that was something else that we picked up. That Bangle's like 5-star, but I'd lose 1300 HP and 10 DPS and 2 attack and strength. I'm not exactly keen on being a tank. I prefer like dex, agility, attack, and DPS and movement speed. Or to be an attacker in this, if there was no epic armor, but seeing if I could get a better drop of it. You can actually like go in with like 2 parties, 3 parties, or a full raid party for bosses, which is interesting. Or solo. I took them out solo the second time because they're already higher enough where it doesn't make much difference. I'm trying to find what the heck I bought from her. I don't think it was the speed choker. I'll just have to talk to her again and... Oh, it was the speed choker. Okay, that's already equipped. My bad.
Yeah.
Like, cheap tier, and then the armor girl Speedy, I could party with them. I've friended them enough. You buy and sell stuff to them, it raises their affection too, but there's quests for them, yeah, see, like... He's got 2 different potions, then there's great potions, which are the 3rd tier. Stat potions. Crystals, which this is what you use to recover from statuses, essentially. Resistance potions that are now available. Level 2 restoration and power crystals for SP and HP. And then crystals for curing everything now. I frickin' hate Numb because it slows down your movement speed. Then there's Purification that cures everything. Awakening, which is for mental, I guess, to escape from things, and reviving, but like you can just kind of walk up to someone and hold B and you'll wake them up. You probably won't do this boss this stream. I need to eventually, if time allows, switch over to Final Fantasy. Not to mention, there's still a couple areas to go through before the boss. We just hit the dungeon that he's in. And like there was 4 sections before the first boss. Yeah, we got our first email from Premier from partying with her, and it's nothing, in accordance with how her character is such a mystery and everything. Yeah, like basically, because everything was set to null, she was a quest NPC. You have like specific events that you go through that reveal what's going on with her. Oh, here's the girl that you find trapped in hollow fragmentation. Xenon is actually from Gungal, when he saves her at the start of SAO 2. Because in SAO there was a guild that was killing people. And one of them moved over to Gungal and he found a way to make it look like he was killing them real when he killed them in game.
Oh, wow.
Green Line Grotto. Yeah, there's zone bosses and like there's 2 within like the first 3 areas I've seen and they're already like level 90. Those are like special ones that show up on like the warning flashes across the screen and there's a message about them when they show up. They're really hard bosses you want to fight later, but they're like the ones that will give you the weapons that transform into the legendaries down the road.
I see.
Actually, come here, Silica. Okay, what the heck's going on? There we go. I have to get it to actually target her. I have to, she's a healer, I have to set her up for healing. These stars are just the frequency of which that she uses these things. Grants the chance to resist debuffs and crits in your opponent's HP. One thing that's tied.
So yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
So yeah, I'm hopefully Persona 4 is a nice breath of fresh air, especially if you're reusing Portal 2.
Good job.
Yeah, it's a bit more interesting and weird at times. That's the one with Barry. Or I think they call him Teddy, but it's the one with the bear.
Yeah, Teddy.
There we go, there's the full sword combo. It's hard to get the timing down on the one sword swing meter with that one so he doesn't go right into the finisher. I can change what that is. I had it changed, but I changed it back to the first skill to get it maxed out.
Yeah, I'm honestly thinking I might try to go back and do a prop during Dark Souls 2. Even after even playing it again by myself. Until I will tell you, it still sucks.
Which game?
Dark Souls 2.
Oh, yeah. I know Code Vein has been on like heavy sale a couple times now, but it's like they kind of push the running for your life in that game a bit much at times, and the difficulty of mobs coming after you. From what I had watched, you know. There's like invasion points and you're fighting groups of enemies and some of them are pretty hard.
Yeah.
There's our blacksmith hauling ass. He's a tank.
And
that's
everything I don't like about Dark Souls 2. Like a lot of the time, Dark Souls 2 just Dark Souls 2 just throws stuff at you just for the sake of being hammered.
Yeah. When I do what the game calls complimenting there, those are like different feelings or emotions that affect how they play. Like in that menu where I was setting up their EX skills, it's these things, and like you can see like there's different, it determines how they fight, there's different things, like yeah, I could, if I were to select them and say change of heart, it would potentially let them get new ones. The liked ones are locked, meaning they can't disappear, but I think... Yeah, you don't need honest. You're an attacker. I want to keep carrying just because these do kind of affect how you talk and act. You know, like warlike and fiery, they're kind of like aggressive fighting ones. Caring and things like that are kind of more for healers because they're support ones. Funnily enough, the other NPC from SAO, Drea, she's a tank, and one of her really good ones is called Sexy.
Oh, wow.
Yep. And then there's another one that's good, but it's basically, it might sound silly, but I mean, look, read what it is, it makes them a good all-around fighter for support, attack, and defense. And that's called Airhead. Nosy is good for tanks. Klein, who's like one of the only two guys, he has one that I don't see anyone else have called Tacturn. And then your cousin has Outlaw, which is really good. Crap, they paralyze us, which stops your attacks every so often. Yeah, it's in Japanese, but it's subtitled in English. Still fun as fuck.
Right.
So let's see here. I didn't want to use a potion. I need to use... Secondary. Surprised when I saw that pop up. I never saw that one before.
I see.
Good job.
But these guys need to hit the blue chest. What I like about Vorpal Strike and Sonic Leap is they can stun. Message, the chest is open. 1-star Spirit Ring. Put weapons away.
Yeah, I
when
was initially thinking about it. I was initially thinking about it doing streams this weekend, but unfortunately, I just had a really bad week so far.
That's pretty tiring for me. I actually took a nap shortly after the first stream. There's blacksmithing skills, and there's ones you want and don't want. Elizabeth has the max number of different skills you can have. I guess apparently I have about 5 or 6 different ones on my friend list that I can look and see if they're on and where they are in the town. Apparently, from what I was reading, when you go to do the ultimate weapons before the DLC, there's a specific one you want to use besides her because they have the highest recycling rate, which means if it fails, they have the best chance. They retain the most amount of materials without losing them.
See?
I have no idea how to tell whether that triggers or not, though. You must get that eventually. He doesn't have the blacksmithing skill for that yet.
Right.
Thankfully, when you go to Smith, you can actually look at the list of skills and what everything does. I can actually access hers right here. She has her shop now, but I can just walk up to her when she's walking around and do it. So instead of hitting B, I hit X, and then engage blacksmith. And that's what she says whenever you go up to her shop. Oh, can I transform it?
So,
Oh, go ahead.
So I've actually been thinking lately.
This is the list of the different blacksmith skills they can have.
I've actually been thinking lately. So, considering how many bad games I've actually played over the years, I'm honestly thinking that at some point, maybe at some point, I might actually put together a worst games list.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah. Of course, second worst game on my list is obviously Lifeline. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I actually hated playing that one a lot more than Ride to Hell.
Transform this into the King's Spade. And it is now a blue-back sword, so it's even higher quality. Or even rare. You might have seen the ultimate sword weapons look like they have like 3 different things they can turn into. Now, wow, I'm gonna lose 10 dex and 18 strength, but I will gain 19 DPS and it's just from switching from an upgraded 4-star quality to this.
Of course, there's still quite a number of bad games that I still need to play, like, at some point, I still play Star Trek 13 and Mind Back.
Yeah. Keep going back and forth, I just need to make sure when we pass through here, what area this says we're in it. I think in each zone, like there's one weapon of each type that's transformable like that. And usually you want to do that. When like you click here and you see something other than Return to Town, that's for a post-game thing for much later on I'll go into. It's a special type of like quest/mission you can do in areas that unlock later. Because you have to like collect resources in a specific spot while defending that spot.
Right.
But
yeah, I have excuse me. But yeah, I've actually been watching some of Angry Joe's worst games list. That way I can actually get an idea of what bad games I could play on stream at some point.
Gotcha. I do think we need to go this way. I think.
Oh yeah, Rogue Warrior, that's another one. That's been sitting in my Steam account for who knows how long.
That's actually, Silica's winged dragon from SAO. Because at a certain point they run into a, like, well, her title is doctor, but she's like a professor and she's like, works for everything, and she developed a program that let them get Stray and Yui into the game, as well as all their avatars, and how they, the way they originally looked. And it gives you a program to get Peanut into the game. The story of Peanut is like kind of sad because like how they like how she became like such a good friend of his. He was a beast tamer in SAO, which was one of the rarest classes, and those two were really tight. That was like the first beast she tamed, and it was like her companion. And at a certain point early on, it dies. It takes a hit for her and dies. And so they find this quest to revive her, so Kirito ends up helping her run this quest to bring Pina back. Yeah, they have a game for where the series is right now. I haven't watched it since that point. Like, this enemy I'm not going to fight. 36, no thank you, because these enemies, they have 2 health bars, and they have more health than the second health bar, and they get a little tougher.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I took one, like, it was like level 21 when I was only like 18, and that took forever to kill it. We will grab these chests, though, so yeah, there's 3 tiers of chests. These guys can occasionally drop chests. I did get one that dropped the sword in the 3rd zone of the first area. Like, that's how you get the weapons that become the legendaries. But they're not, they're like in the final zone, I think, or in the next zone. I put some older skills on because they do have mastery to them. And that's kind of how you earn skill points for learning your abilities. Is by fighting and using a skill.
Good job.
Yeah, where the series is right now, it's called SAO Allocation Lycosis or something. There's like a game for it right now. Actually, a friend of mine was playing it a couple of weeks last week. I watched him for a bit. I didn't say anything because I was on my console and it's a pain in the ass to type on a console. Okay, we're just going back up, aren't we? I turned around. And from what someone that's still been watching it told me, that's basically where they go into the game's hell.
I see.
Yep. Well, as far as I watched, there was actually a point where, because the seed that they beat SAO launch, which was like the base programming that ran SAO in the anime, it got launched all across the internet when they beat it.
Oh, wow.
And SAO didn't have some of the safety parameters others did, so like it could pull part of the like huge like unbelievable factor of the seed was that it could pull quest lines from mythology all over the world. It could like look up mythology and like it could make quests from it. And one of the things that happened at one point in SAO was it pulled a quest for Ragnarok. And like basically there were 2 races. One were the people trying to cause Ragnarok, the other were the ones trying to stop it. The race that didn't look too friendly were the good race. So everyone was helping the people that were gonna cause Ragnarok and break the game. That's what they figure out. They find out that like SAO didn't have this safety parameter that prevented it from making quests that would like end the game. So while everyone else was stopping, like helping these people that they thought were good, that were actually the ones trying to cause the end of the world, they went and they did the opposite to save it.
Oh, wow.
Yep. Yuki there is pretty unique. She was terminally ill. So full dive was one of the things that they allowed like the terminally ill kids to do, to run around and kind of have a bit of a life, you know? Because the games in SAO that you're playing, the characters are in full VR. They feel sensations, they can taste, they can smell. Fortunately, there's a cooldown before you can give someone else a compliment. The main reason when I'm trying to run to areas, I'll put the weapons away down to make it a little easier to dodge around, but they run a little faster with them put away. Thankfully, you only ever have to worry about your own equipment in this. They'll upgrade their own stuff as they level. Although, like, when you have someone at rank 3 in relation, you can go for a walk with them, you can go to the pseudo-tailor, and you can adjust their outfit, too.
Huh?
I just like to grab every chest if I can, as long as there's something too high level guarding it. Like him? No. A level 36 NM? No, thank you. Maybe when I'm 30 I'll give that a try. There was another one though, it was like level 29. A couple areas back, and I was like, with the NM enemies that have 2 health bars and take a long time to solo, no. I've had actual people like stop in the first couple times I streamed. I don't know if anyone's been coming in lately though. I don't think I saw anyone yesterday or today yet.
I know how that is.
This anime's games tend to draw people for a couple times. Imagine you have like 5 of those things all pulling that cone attack. It's hard to dodge out of it. Because until they lock it and they follow you. Spinning around. See blue chests.
Right back, just a moment. I've got to take care of something real quick.
No problem.
Yep.
Oh, another group took care of that, okay. Sure.